Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I will have a guest on from LaGrange College, and also I will have guests on representing SHRMs that will be talking about their upcoming conference. So make sure that you stay tuned for those interviews coming up in just a moment.
Just what you're looking for. You'll find it in one of the 28 shops in downtown LaGrange. Remember old school customer service? It's still here. Not to mention that perfect gift. That's the beauty of downtown LaGrange. So come on down.
Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm sitting down with a LaGrange College graduate and also an employee of LaGrange College, Emma Higgins. Emma, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you, and I know that you are a 2013 graduate of LaGrange College.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about your experience there, if you don't mind.
I loved my 4 years at the college. I formed a lot of great relationships at the college, and I'm just happy to be able to continue that on the other side and kind of see the technical admitting students, getting them here and seeing it full circle.
Absolutely. And you are the admissions counselor there at LaGrange College. Mm-hmm. You've been in that role now for about a year and a half?
Almost a year.
Okay, all right, very good. Talk about your role there as the counselor.
As a counselor, I specifically try to work with fine arts, theater, music students, but I look for a well-rounded student. We at LaGrange try to get students involved, try to get students, our tagline is challenge the mind, inspire the soul, and we try to look for students that will fill that want to get something out of those 4 years more than just a degree. So we look for those students that are going to get involved, get out there in the college.
Absolutely. You know, getting involved. I know that the college has the servant leadership program mm-hmm. as well, where students get opportunity to go out into the community to serve. So, you know, challenge the mind and inspire the soul. It's a great tagline there. And you're talking about fine arts. And I think that you are a direct recipient of the fine arts as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about that in your experience.
I was a graphic design major to begin with, and then from being involved in the art program, you kind of have to take one of every class that we take, and mm-hmm. upon doing that, I realized that, hey, I'm pretty good at photography as well. And so I ended up double majoring or double concentrating in graphic design and photography.
Okay.
I came to a portfolio review day my senior year of high school. I received some fine arts scholarship money as well, which continued to grow throughout my years at the college. And so I'm a recipient of that. I love it. I get to have those relationships with my professors and mm-hmm. couldn't speak higher of it.
Oh man, okay. You know, you're talking about, I hear you talking about scholarship money and it continued to grow. Mm-hmm. And I know that as we talk with students, sometimes they seem like that is probably the biggest hurdle that they have to cross in order to get enrolled in school. Talk a little bit about the tuition cost for LaGrange College, if you don't mind, for us.
Our tuition is right around $37,000 a year, which I know is a big scary number, so don't jump back
okay.
at me too yet.
All right.
But for someone who is a good student and lives in LaGrange, that number can come down really fast. Mm-hmm. Most colleges don't present that number with room, board, tuition, and everything. That includes your whole price for the year. And so when you take away that room and board cost, and then once you take that away and add on your scholarships, that price really comes down really fast. So for a student that is living at home within LaGrange, it can really become more affordable than a larger state school mm-hmm. when some people rule us out.
Yes, absolutely. And then you're talking about someone that lives at home, because I know that you have a lot of students that mm-hmm. Live in the area. And then, even if you were there on campus, I know there's some other perks and incentives to get students, like, or you say there's no cost for laundry, no parking fees?
Most colleges have a larger priced parking pass. Mm-hmm. Our parking pass is $20 for the whole year, and we don't pay for laundry. That price includes all your meals mm-hmm. for the week, so you can really break that price down to be quite affordable.
Absolutely. And that's what we want the people to understand and the viewing audience to understand, because we're also talking about preview due. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But it's important that they realize, like you say, scholarships, and that grows mm-hmm. over the course of time. But then there's also some things that you want to bring to the viewing audience attention to about the FAFSA. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, what a FAFSA is it's what the government decides they think that you can contribute to your student's college. And you can go on fasfa.ed.gov, not .com. .com is a scam. Okay, so stay away from .com, because it stands for Free Application for Student Federal Aid. So if it makes you pay for it, you know it's a scam because it is free. But what our department does is the government will decide what they can make up the difference for what you can pay for your student, and then we try to make up the difference in grants and loans and everything. But just by being admitted to LaGrange, you're going to get an academic scholarship. So you get admitted, you get a scholarship right off the bat. So we're already working with you to try to take that price down.
Absolutely. That's always an incentive. Just by being admitted, you get a scholarship. And you know, one of the things that you all are talking about, and I know that you say portfolio review, talk a little bit about some of the things that go into the portfolio, some things that you look for.
The art department, you present a portfolio from your years in high school, whatever you have done so far, and they try to, I know they look for well-rounded portfolios, lots of different media in there, so just advice for that. But they will give you scholarship money for that portfolio to be an art student. So it's definitely a great opportunity, and one thing that people don't realize is throughout your years at the college, you can reapply, you can come as a senior in high school for that portfolio review, but once you get to college, you can continue to have another review as well with your college portfolio. So that's an opportunity for that scholarship money to grow once you're in the major.
Okay, very good. And the review day is going to be March the 21st.
Yes, sir.
Talk a little bit about what students can expect to see when they come.
All right, the portfolio review, the spring preview day is what's happening that day. So it'll work as a preview day. You can come on campus, meet with different professors. So it's not ruled out if you're not an art student. We'd like every possible major to be there. But from the normal runnings of the preview day with the college tours and the academic goings on, lost the word there, you have a review with the art department. You'll go in, the professors will view it, and you can from that later date, you'll get a portfolio scholarship, as well as if you are a musical performance person or a theater major, you can also set up an audition with them for scholarship money as well.
Okay, well, very good. And that's going to be March 20. What's the times of the review day?
The portfolio review will be afternoon time. I'm not sure the set time yet. You can register a time online.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, very good. And talking about registration, do students that are interested in coming to preview day, and I hear you say online, what other means can they contact you all?
Please always go on our website, lagrange.edu. Email, phone numbers, all contact information is online there. Okay.
All right. Well, very good. And I know this preview day and this portfolio review day, but there are other majors that LaGrange College offers.
Of course.
Talk a little bit about some of the other majors that are offered there.
Our top majors are we have education and nursing are our top two, I believe. We have exercise sciences in there as well. Those are our top growing majors as well. We've always been a nursing school. We have a great nursing program, and exercise science is growing like crazy. So we actually just secured the Ethel Kite Westside School, so we're growing into that building as well. And we have plans to grow different buildings and expand all those majors as much as we can.
Very good. Exercise science. We're actually physically moving?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like personal trainer, sports medicine type. And it's started, I think, about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's just grown like crazy. You know,
I hear a lot of students and they're talking about, I want to be in sports management or things of that nature, and you know, you don't really fully grasp what they're actually saying, but now you know, you kind of lay it out there on the table. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I guess when you think about it, athletes, they have to have, you know, the endurance, flexibility, and all the various things to help them up and down the court or on the field. There's a lot of behind the scenes when it comes to sports, and that's a route that this major could take. Well, very good. Now, let me ask you now, because you guys have preview days, spring, fall of the year, each year. What do you feel like makes this one a little bit different from some of the others in the past? I think this one, we always look for specifically juniors and seniors to come to this preview day. But I think this is a great idea if you've toyed with the idea of LaGrange College to really see what we're about. You know, it's March, it's getting closer to the end of the year. I don't know how it's there already. That's right. But end of the school year. But if you have not been on campus before, it's really a good idea to see the homey environment that LaGrange College is, so you can really get the feel of what
the campus life will be. It's kind of the first taste of what it would be like to be on campus here.
Okay, and speaking of campus, the campus is growing. You just alluded to the fact that you all expanded to Westside Magnet School. Talk a little bit about some of the expansion that is going on there over the last year or so.
Our freshman class sizes are growing, so we have plans in form to have different buildings coming on. We have plans, I believe, for a new science building potentially.
Okay.
And we're going into that the elementary school. So our campus will, instead of being one set on the hill and one set over here, we're just kind of growing down, and it's a great problem to have.
It is. It is. You know, LaGrange College has been a very important part of this community for a long period of time. You know, I don't want to start calling any names, so I'll leave out folks, but you know, it's always been, you know, right there in the community. You know, I know some of the people that I come up and talk with all the time, and they have nothing but great things to say about LaGrange College. And I'm you know, seen in the newspaper the last couple of years, best value, things of that nature. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, for us, Emma.
It really is a good value for what you're getting out of it. One thing I always like to focus on is the size. We are about 1,000 students, so that equals out to a student-teacher ratio of 11:1. So I think not only when it comes down to price, which we've talked about, really makes it affordable when it comes down to it, you're getting a value in the relationships that you form with your professors. Not only, you think the relationships that you form in college are about your friends you're going to gain, but that's important, don't get me wrong, but I have professors that I still keep in contact to this day, and I probably will stay in contact with them, you know, for the next 5-10 years or forever. So that's a lot of the value that I get out of it, and I think other students get out of it that you don't really look for when you're looking for a college, but you gain here at LaGrange. Absolutely.
And you're saying a ratio of 11:1. That's so important.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to going to, you know, not knocking the larger schools, but and I want to ask the question as we get ready to close out, because I think you already alluded to it. You know, 11:1. Because the teacher gets to know you, you get to know the teacher. What were some of the things, the factors that drew you to LaGrange College?
One thing that made me fall in love with it, and it was my first week here at LaGrange as a freshman, was a girl was in a car accident, had to get transported to the hospital, and all the departments got together to send her something in the hospital. And I remember thinking how cool that was that the professors knew her, because the stigma of college is your professors don't know who you are, they don't care who you are, but LaGrange, they really do. They care about you, they care about your personal life, and I saw that from the moment I stepped on campus as a high school senior to working there as a college employee now. It's something that comes full circle, and we really do care about you and want what's best for you.
Well, very good, you know, because we're shaping the future minds of leaders for our communities, or the various communities around this nation. So Emma, I want to thank you very much for coming on today and sharing the information. And again, that's Preview Day. That will be March the 21st up on the Hill and the expanding campus.
Of course.
So Emma, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment.
At LaGrange College, you'll find your professors to be encouragers, trusted role models, mentors. Discover learning relationships that transform at one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Challenging minds, inspiring souls, transforming lives. Discover more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have two ladies that are here to represent SHRMS, and we'll find out what SHRMS stands for in just a moment. But we have from Willabretta, the HR manager, Tammy Poe, and also from Elwood Staffing, the branch manager, Jessica Sanders. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with both you ladies, and SHRMs, and I've been around and heard the term SHRMs for quite some time. I have a small idea what it stands for, but Tammy, if you don't mind, tell us what SHRM stands for.
SHRM stands for the Society for Human Resource Management, and we're from the West Georgia chapter of that.
Okay, very good. Now, just when you're the HR manager there at Wheelabrator, talk a little bit about your role, if you don't mind.
As the HR manager, I think I hold a generalist role, so I kind of know a little bit about everything, and I'm kind of the keeper of the policies and the procedures, and I do recruitment for Wheelabrator to hire new associates, and then I'm kind of the keeper of the policy, so if there's ever a violation of those policies, then sometimes, they have to come see me. Okay. And we work through
things.
Go see the
principal, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody wants to be paid by Tammy Pope.
That's right.
But yeah, and then but in the role also is I have a number of people that work with me, and we do administer payroll and benefits for the company. Environmental health and safety is a part of that too, just to make sure that all the legal aspects for employment and for the company are covered.
Okay, a lot of hats there, right?
Yeah, there are, but it all works together, and so it kind of flows, and you just kind of do your thing.
Get it done, right? Absolutely. Now, Jessica, you're the branch manager at L Ward Staffing. Yes. Talk a little bit about your role, if you don't mind.
Okay. Obviously, recruiting is a major part of my role. I have several ladies in the office who are great with interviewing and screening candidates. Okay. I also take care of the audits and sales as well.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. And you all are here today to talk about SHRMs, and there's a partnership between the staffing companies and also the industries in our area. And Tammy, you're the president of SHRMs, as I understand. Talk a little bit about SHRMs and some of the things that are coming up. I know that you all have a conference that's coming up a little bit later on. Talk a little bit about your board structure, if you don't mind.
The board is made up of about 10 people from various industry. We have manufacturing, staffing, education, so and then people that work along with the city, and so in the public sector. We come together and we just we look at applications for people that want to join SHRM, which is we're about 70 members strong in the community, and that's in the West Georgia chapter. So it's just made up of companies, businesses, and we like to try to reach out to small businesses and for them to join us, because a lot of smaller businesses don't necessarily have the HR function for their business, but then we can be used as a resource for that.
Very good. Very good. Let me ask you a question, Jessica, with staffing. I've gone through and come to a couple of places where they try to get individuals ready to go and see Tammy. Yeah. When an individual comes to your company, what are you looking for in that applicant?
I would like to see that applicant come just as they would if they were going to interview with Tammy or with another HR manager, because the long-term goal for that applicant is to become a full-time associate of whatever company it is that they're interviewing for. Okay.
If you had some advice to give some of them, you say you want to come just like they're going to an interview. If you had some advice to give some of them, what would that be?
The casual dress, wear a button-down shirt, wear some nice slacks, and be a little early. Never hurts to be a little early.
Okay, absolutely. Because, and I want to throw a question over to you, Tam, because I think there's a common thread that we've seen in our community and society. What are some of the things that you see in your daily occupation as a common thread with individuals that may come to you for employment opportunities? What do you see being that common thread, I think?
Of course, we have really awesome associates at Wheelabrator, but every once in a while, just with different, and it's really not even, it's all generations, it's just the soft skills that it takes and the work ethic that, companies such as us want to see. I think just, being able to carry on a conversation, to speak to one another, look each other in the eye, that sort of thing. Just showing up to work on time, being, engaged while at work, and then handling the work-life balance of, I know that I need to be somewhere else too, but work is that important that I want to, show up to work, be engaged at work, hold this job, keep this job. And then some of the, some of the interview skills, I think, are what we're seeing, the, soft skills.
Okay.
And so just to build those, I
Right.
think, is an important part of all of our occupations.
Well, very good. And I've heard that so many times, and I know that you all are partnering with workforce development and trying to help and address those soft skill, deficiencies. And because you may have people that have, applied for jobs years ago that are now re-entering the market.
Right.
Graduates right out of high school. All of those things. Excuse me. I want to now kind of shift gears because you ladies are here to talk about an upcoming conference that you all are getting ready to have. Talk a little bit about that for us, if you don't mind, Tammy.
Okay, we have a conference coming up. It's an annual conference that we do. We sponsor, and we ask for sponsors to help us with that as well. Okay. It is called Connect and Engage, and it's happening March the 19th, beginning at 8 a.m. is the registration. And we have 3 speakers, and so 8 a.m. on the 19th at the Delavant here in town. It's a great venue. It's really excellent for events.
That's right.
So, but we have Mr. Jonathan Martin. He's with Costangi, Brooks & Smith. He is an attorney that has spoken at a number of our engagements, and he is quite engaging. He brings a lot of energy. So first thing in the morning, we're excited about Jonathan speaking.
Okay.
He's going to be talking about HR law update for 2015, just some of the laws that, are in the works and some things to be aware of as, as the HR professionals and any leader in an organization would need to be aware of that, connects and engages with their associates.
Okay. Engaging, and he's talking about the law.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to see this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's amazing.
I'll trust you on
Yeah,
this.
you'll have to. So
All
you'll
right.
have to show up. I'll send
Okay.
you a form.
All right.
So then the second speaker that's going to begin about 10:15 that morning is Ted Wynn, and he is he's from New York, but he is now currently in business in Alpharetta, Georgia. And so he is about human capital management, but then he's going to speak to us from his expertise on generations in the workplace. And so engaging in the different generations because of, where we are at whatever point in our career. And so he's going to talk about that with us. And that's kind of a hot topic these days.
Well, very good. All right. And I think you have a third speaker, Kathy. Jessica, if you don't mind introducing her.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Kathy is from Columbus. Kathy Alford is the CEO of LifeWorks Coaching in Columbus, and she's going to be speaking to us a little bit about engaging in conversation and strength finding and how to best engage your associates.
Okay. Now, when you talk about strength finding and engaging your associates, and I think, again, there's a common thread, communicating, right? Do you feel like a lot of your associates that come to you communicate effectively? Either one of you ladies, do you think communicated as effectively as they should or could?
I think everybody struggles with that a little, but But understanding with the Strength Finders workshop that she's going to do is kind of different people have different strengths. And so, I may not be as innovative as the next person, but I might be able to pull those strengths in, and I'm an includer, and so I can include other strengths in order to maximize the benefit of a number of different people.
Right.
So where your strength might be something a little different than mine, but recognizing those and then being able to draw that into your organization, your department, your company, just to, build and maximize on what you do have.
Okay, well, very good. Now, there's someone that was watching that may not be a member of SHRMS, and you talked about a moment ago that you all have about 70 members and for the West Georgia area. If there was someone that was a part of one of the industries or staffing agencies that would like to get more information about becoming a member of SHRMS, how can they do that?
They can go to our website, which is westgeorgiashrm.org. And we have a link set up there to pull up a membership application.
Okay.
And so there is a certain number of criteria, like being in human resource type field. And so, but fill out that application, you include a resume so that we can see what the background is.
Okay.
And then that gets brought to the board and we all review those and we have to vote on them. But yeah, but it's a pretty simple process. It's $150 to join.
Okay.
And so, but with that $150, you get a monthly meeting. We meet on the second Thursday of every month at West Georgia Technical College. And you get, with that $150 membership, access to that meeting once a month, which includes lunch. And most of the time, if not all, it comes with HR continuing education credits.
Okay.
And so for that $150 membership, you're getting a lot of training that you get to count toward your PHR, which is a Professional and Human Resource Management certification, or a SHRM certification, which is a new up and coming thing this year.
Okay.
We won't get into all that.
Okay.
But but yeah, so there's a lot of benefit, and then networking with other HR professionals, because as we were talking about, like with a small business owner that needs access to, you know, some of the expertise that we have from being in the field for so long, then you can network with those people, you know, and then all of a sudden you've got HR friends that you can just call up and say, yeah, I need some advice. I'm facing this situation. What if, you know, if you face that, what can I do, you know,
Very good
with
networking.
this situation? Yeah, it's very beneficial.
Great, great. Well, ladies, thank you both for being on today and talking about your upcoming SHRM's conference. That's going to be held March the 19th down at Delevant. So definitely, I'm going to have to stop by and see if I can hear this Jonathan guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, ladies,
Yeah, and
thank
other companies, businesses, business leaders, I mean, a number of different levels of each organization are very welcome to attend.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, very good. Well, ladies, thank you very much, and I wish you all a very good conference.
Thank you.
And thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
having
us.
us.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're back for more City Week in just a moment.
At LaGrange College, your journey toward achievement may take you in many different directions. The arts, law, ministry, medicine. Experience LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions, and leave transformed. Discover more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Why United Way? Because in some way, everyone in our community is touched by your donation to United Way of West Georgia. Yes, everyone. United Way helps 25 local agencies touch thousands of lives, even yours. To cause so many good things to happen, these organizations must have volunteers. Fortunately, more than 2,300 local volunteers are now giving time to the 25 local organizations that United Way of West Georgia helps support. Yes, more than 2,300 volunteers. But more are needed. Please volunteer your time, as well as your financial support. You'll be astonished at what you'll receive in return.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us City Week this week. My guests have been from LaGrange College, the admissions counselor, Emma Higgins, as she talked about the upcoming preview day that will be taking place March 21st on the campus of LaGrange College. Come out, take in the sights and scenes, and who knows, you might just land a scholarship. Also, I had on representing SHRM's from Wheelabrator, Tammy Poe, and also from Ellenwood Staffing's branch manager, Jessica Sanders, as they talked about their upcoming SHRM's conference that will be held on March the 19th down at Delevant. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed these interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.